Hey everybody, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the 20th episode in my 4th Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. Comments to go over this week come from both Jeff and Arch Redbeard. The one that I want to start with was a very good one, I thought, came from Jeff, and he had pointed out that these mermaid dwellings could be really bad news for me if they fall into enemy hands, and the reason is that the Lords of the Deep that you can make in those structures can trigger a thunderstorm effect, which makes units more vulnerable to shock damage, and also obviously does the bolts of lightning once every round too. That's a big problem for me because as a Dreadnought, many of my machine units have this shock weakness here. That only amplifies my shock weakness and triggers a shock damage attack that happens once every combat round. That's really bad for me. I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. I have often used Lords of the Deep in combination with Elf Storm Sisters to take down Dreadnoughts, and the reason for that is that not only does the extra shock weakness also make them weaker to shock attacks, it also makes them more likely to be affected by Inflict Stun. That could also be a problem for me later in the game when I run into the Elf Warlord. Originally I was thinking the Elf Warlord was purple, but it's not. That's a Tigran Warlord, so not quite as immediate of a threat, but the Elf Warlord is out on the other end of the map, and if she gets her hands on what I presume there should probably be one more of these dwellings somewhere on the map, that could be a problem for me later in the game, especially if I'm heavily relying on Juggernauts and stuff like that. So that's something I have to keep my eye out for. In addition, Arch Redbeard also mentioned, or added to that controlling these units doesn't really, or these dwellings doesn't really do me a whole lot of good either, because I wouldn't really want to use I wouldn't really want to use Lords of the Deep very often, if at all, because I obviously I don't want to make my own units weaker to shock, because that's bad for my machines, but I also don't want to make the thunderstorm effect lowers fire damage, and that's not good for me as a Dwarf Dreadnought either. So basically the best solution to these dwellings is for me to pretty much just raise them to the bottom of the ocean. And in doing so, I think the best course of action is actually something I can implement here pretty quickly. I was looking at this city and realized that, I was thinking about going after that dwelling with my Arch Druid army after they're done dealing with the halflings, but that's going to take a little time for them to get over here and back over there. Plus they have to embark, and I don't know what kind of units they have in this area. I saw a small army earlier, but they could have more. Plus, there's always the possibility he's got some flying units, Manticore Riders, that would do just fine over the water. So, what I'm probably going to do is instead rush at least a small navy to help, if not getting a full stack of galleons, and realized I can actually do that quite quickly. I'm about to finish up Invention here, but I'm going to take a little detour and grab Advanced Seafaring so that I can make galleons. I already have a harbor in this city, and I checked earlier, but I'm going to look it up again. Galleons only cost 120 production. You can see the base cost there represented in gold. That equates to production. So this city already has like 200 production. So forget the fact that, I'm building Dwarf Firstborns right now. I don't need them yet. I think the Navy is more important in the immediate short term to deal with that mermaid dwelling, and also to take control over this small sea down here, now that Yellow's got units running around in that area. What I'm going to do is actually cancel all of this, and I'm going to switch the production to the Flow Rock Citadel, because that's something I can build in one turn and will benefit my naval units. When Advanced Seafaring finishes on the next turn, I will be able to make galleons in one turn with the upgrade that I wanted to make them with. And then within a few turns, I can have at least 3 galleons and probably send them out over that way to scout the ocean, pick off any small groups of units, and maybe start picking on that city as soon as I can. Fortunately, that city was last under control of purple, last I saw, so it is going to have to transition ownership, which buys me some time if yellow takes it. I'm going to probably just leave that as it is there. There's really nothing else I need to be doing that city prior to making boats. I don't need to cast Embrace Darkness on it because obviously boats don't benefit from that. So, slight change of plans there, but I think I am going to make that a top priority. A couple other comments that I wanted to mention. Let's see, underground. Jeff had mentioned that it'd probably be a good idea for me to leave at least a small defense in this crossroads city right here. I am sending a group of units up in this direction to go deal with the Draconians, but it probably isn't a bad idea to leave some defenders back there, because there is an Eldritch Pit here that could spawn units that could come straight this way in just a few turns. So what I'll probably do is I'll drop this flame tank out of this group, because that's not as useful against Draconians anyway, and probably just go with these units. I may pull the archer back and leave the golem in, because he's a little bit more of a siege type unit, would be a little better at that, and let the archer, the civic guard, and the flame tank guard the walls. 3 range units on top of stone walls should be able to kill a small group of attackers without too much trouble. Okay, so I'm glad I saved it at the end of this turn, because there was another thing that Jeff mentioned. It might be a good idea to make a builder before a settler for the forts and the new cities that I'm going to build out east there. I started making the builder on this turn, so I don't really lose anything by canceling that. I think he's right. I should probably make a builder first, because I'm going to need to send that out there to build actually 2 forts, because I'm planning on making 2 cities in that area. And why can't... Okay, there it is. For some reason I wasn't seeing it. So I'll make that and then make the settlers. Let's see. The other comment came from Arch Redbeard, and I can go ahead and start progress to the next turn. Just a little thing in combat that I wasn't doing. Units gain XP from reloading. So I should probably, even if I get a lousy shot off, at least shoot the cannon to get some XP so that I can reload it on the following turn. That also applies to musketmen too. So yeah, I will probably want to be doing that. Making sure that I'm getting as much XP out of my units as possible is something I try to prioritize. And so that's something I will need to work into what I'm doing. Okay, that is all the comments, so it's just a matter of getting to the next turn here. I want to switch back up to the top to kind of keep an eye on things. At this point, I'm probably most interested in what's going on over here with black, now that I'm moving a couple of armies up. I do have a spy drone coming on the next turn, which is going to help scout this area out before they blindly run in and get themselves killed. And I think this city was making an X-Men, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I have one in the city already that's kind of in the process of healing. I think I may have intended to build a crossbow, now that I think of it, rather than another Axeman, but that's okay. The 2 of them could at least handle the tiger if it decided to cause trouble. Tiger that I saw sailing around in this area. Nuts. Well, Independence picked off that spy drone. There's not a lot I'm going to be able to do about that, so I'll let him have it. Alright, so a whole bunch of stuff. I did get a tribute from something. I will definitely take the gold in this situation. I almost always take gold from these. That's kind of nice. The city gave me a tribute, even a couple turns after I demanded that they send me some of their soldiers to help me fight. Very thoughtful of them. Let's see. I want the tiger to go probably cut up in this direction. Looks like I can shortcut through there. The goal is to send him east as quickly as I can. And look what just rolled off the assembly line. My very first juggernaut. Close that and want to make sure I send it out right away. I think this guy is probably going to go back up these 2 armies here. I want at least one with my king's group as a little insurance policy. The next one will probably go up north towards where the elves are. Actually, the combat with the elves is going on right now. My king's group is going to be kind of clearing structures in this area for a little while, so that gives time for something to catch up. I want to get this thing out to the above ground front lines as quickly as I can, so it'll go up that way. And I think I have that set on infinite production. Yeah, I'll be getting another one of those every 10 turns. 136 health with Flow Rock Quarry. Yeah, these are going to be fun. I haven't used dreadnoughts much, so I don't always get a chance to use these things to their full potential. Let's see here. Got advanced seafaring, so I want to switch that back to invention, and then probably once invention get that one done, I might switch back over and get advanced logistics. That would be useful right now that I've got a decent network of roads and I want to be able to shift around my machine units as quickly as I can. That doesn't really matter to me. Okay, summon spy drone. I already know I'm putting that here. And I'll probably just suicide rush it in to see what's in there. Do that in a minute. Here I've got plenty of gold now, so now is a good time for me to continue building these structures and working towards great or grand palaces, getting those in as many of my cities as I can. Can have this knight get the haste berries, get a nice little boost of speed, and hopefully catch up to those other armies on the front line. Oh, probably should have had the knight pick up the clover fields. Oh well. Oh, okay, that's kind of something different. Alright, that's not what I thought it was. It's not a lucky clover field. Alright, let's send the spy drone up. We'll see what's going on up here. This is a really big city. Man. Okay, what have we got? Nothing too scary, really, from what I'm seeing. Although there's another stack there with a bunch of Storm Sisters. That could make sieging the city really difficult. They don't have a lot of other great stuff, though, and his leader is right there. I've got some good siege stuff, so... I don't know, I think I could pull that off. Well, I'll move units up. I'm not really afraid if they come out and engage me in the open field. Taking the city could be a little more challenging, but I can't quite make it to the city on this turn anyway. Is there... Well, I got a little movement left. Let's stretch a bit further. No, there's not much more. I think I could take that. I can get there in 2 turns. I think on the next turn I may... on the next turn I might actually go grab that watchtower real quick. What I think I will do is move up like this. And then I need to probably do a little counting here. Alright, I need to make sure, because I could make a mistake here that would be really bad. If they have any units, yeah, they got units that can go on the water. So I have to make sure that this stat can make it onto that bridge, and they can't. They would not be able to make it onto that bridge. They could make it here, but not quite there. If I was to move these units up one more space, they would be... Well, not only would they be separated from these guys, but attacking the spy drone could also draw them into the battle. Basically, I don't want my stacks to get split up, so they'll hold position there right across that bridge, which is actually not a bad defensive spot, because not all of these units could rush out and go after me. Although, honestly, I think I'd prefer it if they did, now that I think of it. Oh well. Back to this city, I am going to be building... I'm going to start, now that I got a whole big surplus of money, I'm going to start working towards grand palaces just about everywhere. I'll go ahead and get the Masters Guild, because it kind of makes sense moving in that direction. Alright, now I can build a settler here. Ironically, I probably won't be making one in my capital for a while, because I'm going to be making settlers for a few turns, but I think I'll get to it eventually. Okay, engineer. Probably leave him... You know what, now that I'm producing units in that city every other turn, I think I'll just send him out to the front line, just in case there's a casualty and somebody needs replaced. Alright, this city, probably want to give it a storehouse. Maybe a siege workshop, I don't know. The storehouse is 100 production. I'll go ahead and give it the storehouse, let it grow out a little more. I don't know really for sure what my long-term plans are with that city. A couple research breakthroughs. That one only got me 32 knowledge, so not particularly impressive. 60 is a little better. Okay, here I'm going to make galleon warships. I want at least 3. Might make more than that. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build 6 of them now. Just so I can get one really strong navy up and running ASAP. But once a few of them are done, I'll probably send them out. There are those other pirates in the area causing mischief, so I'll have to watch out for them, and that's kind of why I want to wait and send them out in a group. Alright, this guy can make it down to here. My druid's army can get... Well, actually, I may as well clear stuff along the way if I can. Unfortunately, there's no snakes in there to convert, but I can maybe get a boar to help out. Obviously, I'm doing no mercy, because evil. I'm not even going to waste the casting points on Summon Beast Horde for this one. It's really not necessary. Or not even going to waste the mana, I guess I should say. Try to convert the other boar, probably. Alright, Phalanxes and Firstborns up front. Forge Priest in the back ready to heal. Flame Tank on the side. See what they do. Well, I guess the phasing probably shouldn't surprise me there. Alright. Imagine how much different this group would be if I had that King Shock Serpent, if my snake hadn't died so long ago. That makes me sad. He seems like as good a choice as any to deal with that thing. Okay, good. I set it on fire. He is still alive. Okay. I may not be able to convert that boar. I kind of want to torch everybody in here. And I don't really want to leave that wyvern open for an attack against my king. If I can angle this right, I'm pretty sure I can hit everybody in that group. Yes. From right here, I can hit everyone while avoiding... Yeah, I can. The only my own units that I'll hit, besides the Spider Queen, which needs to get out of the way, is going to be my firstborn. Okay, good. Solves that problem. And that guy's going to... That guy needs to die. Okay, so a little extra mana. A little is better than nothing. This is a mine with a Tigran Sphinx on it. My gosh. Alright, for this battle, probably... No, again, I don't really need to for this one either. Yeah, I think I'll just save the mana. I don't know for sure what else I'm going to use it for, but... Actually, you know what? If nothing else, it's XP. And he'll get his mana back at the beginning of the next turn, so... Let's do it. Yay, animals! Who needs help? That guy needs help. Oh, this spell is so good. Ouch. Hello. Oh. Now that's disappointing. Something I think it was Arch Redbeard mentioned was to prioritize poo slinging at these units, because that disgusting stench lowers their morale and gives them less resistance. I I kind of want the druid to take that thing out. Can't quite get it. Actually, the phalanxes are probably ideal candidates for that. Might be better off if my druid just healed them and then let them do their thing. They've got, what, 69 out of 83 health? Have a nourishing meal. I'm not going to torch my own phalanx. I'll just move the tank up and let it sit there. Oh, I've got animals too. I don't even know who's got movement left. How about you guys? Whoops, that's an enemy cheetah that I probably should have just attacked right then and there. I get too many units and get sloppy. Charge. Ah, monkeys just can't quite reach. Those guys have guard breakers, so probably should have healed first. Okay, that critical hit helps. And as a matter of fact, I might be able to finish that unit off. Certainly can. Alright, it's just a little cheetah over there that's already pretty beat up. It will probably kill itself on this turn attacking the boar. Oh no, it killed the boar. Okay, well that's actually good news for me because it gives me a chance to actually heal those. Oh, I can use... Okay, I can use this guy to do it. If I can just get one unit over there to... Actually, I really can't. Alright, well I'm not going to overthink this too much. I guess I could have maybe phased. I think I may have had a hunter spider that could have phased to finish that cheat off, but that's fine. Okay, on the next turn, these guys could at least reach the city, and I can judge what's in there and determine whether I need to wait for that cannon. Oh wait, they can't. They're just one space too far, so it looks like the cannon will be in that battle one way or the other. Okay, do I want even more casting points for this guy? So maybe I could throw another... Maybe I could throw another spell in there along with Summon Beast Horde? I don't know. Spirit of the Land's useful, but not really against anything I'm fighting right now. I do like Twisting Roots, but not in an army with as many melee units as I currently have. Sustainable Warfare is okay, I guess. I do like Regrowth. That's pretty cool. I like Call Ancestral Spirits too. Okay, he's got, what, 55 casting points? I think I'm gonna... I might save this and defer till later. Oh, you know what? I'll just grab... Yeah, I'm gonna grab Druidry 5 now. And save my casting points, because I would really like to have Call Ancestral Spirits, but Druidry 5 also gives me the option to use a Root Spears if that becomes necessary. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I might get Regrowth, pick up Regrowth soon too, but the thing about Regrowth is that the Druid doesn't really spend a whole lot of time in the center of combat. Hey, Empire quest completed. Cool. I think, did this guy just reach level 15? Oh, he probably can't level up again. Or maybe he can. Max level might be set to 20 right now. And he got like bonus upgrade points for that, which is why I have some extra. I think he can still level up more. Alright, so the plan here was to send the archers back, to send the flame tank back, and to send... Whoop. Yeah, this archer back. The other one was Civic Guard. I'll leave them in the city. I think this group should be fine taking out the Draconians here. Oh yeah, this is nothing. Alright, I can hit those hasteberries with this builder on this turn, but then I have to decide where it's going to go. I think this one probably needs to get above ground as soon as I can. Unless there's more towers that I could make in useful places out here. Actually, there very well might be. I think I'll send him just up, kind of in this direction for now, and see what I can find up here. This all looks like a safe area for my dwarf to dig out, so I'll probably have him start working on that. Unless I think a city will expand to it. But really, there's no... Yeah, this is not really a good spot for a city. So yeah, I think I will probably just dig most of that out. Alright, this guy is booking it back south to catch up with my king's army. So far hasn't run into anything too dangerous. Oh, I meant to move him up one space. They had one more space of movement they could go on the last turn. This army should be able to handle those orcs just fine, so I'm going to go for it. More orc smashing fun. Hello. I want to get those engineers over to reload that cannon. Probably get Coleman here on defense. He's got pretty high defense. He should be able to handle a front attack from an orc greatsword without too much trouble. Berserkers are really meant to be on the offense, so I'm going to leave them kind of in the back so nothing can charge them, so that they can in turn charge something else. Move the golems up to block these guys from getting an easy hit in on my engineers, which would take quite a bit of damage. Your range attacks do nothing. Okay, you guys are not making very much progress. Good. That's not an engineer, that's a berserker. Oops. I'm a scrub. Alright. I don't know that I can really line up a shot on anything particularly well. Maybe I could hit both cavalry if I move here. It actually would probably do enough damage to kill... Nope. That's a lousy shot. I'll just go after the spearmen. I'll do a lot more damage versus that. And then maybe my hero can kill to finish the spearmen off. I'll just leave that guy on defense. He's going to do fine there. That works. Keep 3 and 4 are hitting that cannon. They're not going to do anything to it. Oh my gosh, even with Warcry, they can't stand up to a Iron Golem. And they have Tireless, which is just great. These units are awesome. Goodbye. And And the engineers can also rapid reload the musketeers. So that allows this guy to... I can move the musketeers here, move him over to repair the machine. Use these guys to rapid reload. Let the cannon do its normal reload for XP. Run them up, get a nice shot on those razor bows. Actually, I'll leave them on defense because I won't actually kill them. Ah, the bleeding effect is more annoying than anything else. And there are no healers in this army. Easy. 4 orcs. Okay, now that that little loose end is tied up, I can move on with these 2 armies and clear some of this other stuff that I've been wanting to get to. Colm is out of movement points. Yeah, I'm not going to split them up. We'll just leave them together. Move. There's no rush here, really, because I don't have a city going up yet, but... Alright. What to cast next? Probably, actually, I should just spam Spy Drone, since I do have kind of some extra mana right now. It doesn't really hurt to have extras. As a matter of fact, might not be a bad idea to send one after that tower, like right now. Especially if I can get some of the units to split off and go after it. And I see now I'm noticing there is another city up to the northwest there. I'm just going to leave him parked on that. And maybe mana fuel cells would be good on that city, actually. Abort that and start casting mana fuel cells. That might be good on a few different cities if I'm going to be upgrading towards Grand Palaces, but that also requires me to do a little more math than I really care to stop and do right now. So I think I'll spam Spy Drones a little more. The mana fuel cells is great for helping cities to at least get off to a strong start. Now the question is, what will Black do with all of their units? I am assuming he will fall back and defend that city. That is not his throne, actually. I wonder if his throne is the one up there. That is a task for a spy drone to go find out. Because obviously if I kill him, I want to make a beeline for his throne, wherever it is. Some of the units just left. Okay, well that's going to make this a really easy fight. I question their logic in doing that. They must really have a lot of faith in those defenders. Yeah, that's the end of their turn, so they've just left their leader sitting there, relatively undefended. There's no way they're going to be able to handle all that. Oh, this ought to be fun. Yeah, I think this spy drone's next task is to run out there and see what's up there, and then I'll probably park that one on the tower. Actually, I'm not going to need to because I'm going to own that city soon. Hey, that tiger's back. Well, he's not going to be able to take that city. This is an odd thing to have happen. Are these all... These are almost all melee attacker units. I will probably give that knight stone skin. Go ahead, hit me with your best shot. Yeah, they want to make sure they get that charge bonus with the nightmare. Annoying, but there's not a lot I can do about it. I can move and be annoying. Oh, I've got lifesteal too. That's going to help a lot. I'm going to stay on defense, probably for the whole battle. Problem is now I'm opened up to a bunch of flanks, but I have so much defense on this guy it may not matter. I don't think it's gonna matter. He's just gonna need some time to heal after this. That lifesteal though. Get off of me, all of you. That might have been animal cruelty, I'm not sure. I apologize. Alright, well, I think he can safely continue along the way. I don't think that any other animals are going to mess with him. Word may have gotten to that tiger that this dude is not to be messed with. Alright, well, I think it's time to siege Edoras without too much more delay. I want to get a sense of where their capital is first, and I want to see if it's this city over here. That is their capital. So basically, go after this city and then make a beeline straight up in that direction. I may as well move up more and see what other kind of units I'm going to have to deal with up there. Some Griffin Riders, but nothing I can't handle. If they had all that stuff together, I would not have been able to do this, but they didn't. And I will definitely take advantage of that. Pretty sure Black's days are numbered here. And I'll probably have that drone go in and actually take the city from them, because these guys need to turn around and go another direction. It says closely matched, but I don't really believe it, although they do have some hunters and shamans in there that I hadn't seen before. This actually might be more challenging than I thought. I think I've got to go for it, though. I've got enough siege that I think, well, I have a cannon, but it will certainly help. What the heck, let's do it. Oh, crap, should have brought the spy drone in, too. Okay, so first things first, I stiffen limbs on whatever units are the bigger threats. Probably the Griffin Rider and their hero. I may want to wait to do that until I've moved into a better position here. Fortunately, it doesn't have Flow Rock Quarry, so these walls are not going to heal on their own. I am going to probably slide in this direction to get away from most of the heavy defenders here. And maybe I can start picking apart the stone wall. I'm not sure what part of it I want to hit first. I guess that works, because I do a little damage to the tigers too. I am wishing I had some engineers in this group, because that would make reloading or using that cannon a lot easier. Alright, everybody, move on over this way. Those crossbows are kind of beat up for some reason. Give them Iron Heart. Okay, stiffen limbs. It's going straight for that Griffin Rider, I think. The other guy will probably sit back and cast spells mostly. Their leader. Alright, I think we're good. Go ahead and damage the cannon with fireballs. That is fine. I can easily repair that. I got 2 people here with emergency repair. That thing just leveled up again. I wonder what it gets. Gets crippling wounds at gold rank. Okay. I might be able to start working on those shamans from down here. I've got quite a few range attackers. The only problem is they're elves, so they're going to be weak to that poison damage. The dwarves can handle it, though. Might try cursing them. Okay, well, that at least means they can only shoot twice. Which means now is probably a good time to charge. I don't appreciate that prismatic spire. I wonder if maybe that's worth dispelling. I mean, it's doing, because of all the different damage types, it's doing at least like 7 damage a turn to various units. Okay, these guys can climb over the wall, so I might actually run them up over there. I'm gonna do that. Have them go up on an isolated section of the wall to distract the enemy. We can reach any further with this. One more shot and that piece of wall is toast. I just want to try to get rid of the range attackers. It's a major thing I'm worried about. I'm not quite in a position to do so yet, unless... No, I can't Death Ray. I wonder if the Theocrat can smite. I forget. He's got Slayer's Doubt, which also might be helpful. You know what I might do? Probably use him to cast Instant Wrath on the longbows, which frees them up to shoot at stuff a little bit more. Can use the phalanxes in front to help block them. The Forged Priests on this turn will help block them, but on the next turn they might light up with some attacks. Ouch, that was not a good unit for that to trigger on. Oh, hello. Looks like some of them are coming out. Okay, I think those snakes just volunteered to get stiff and limbed. Hello, I'm a pikeman. Oh my gosh, 43 damage. Okay, I kind of need... Actually, the cannon needs to reload, so... kind of need to heal that Black Knight. These guys just moved up in a position where they're basically begging to be killed. I just don't know if I have enough firepower to do it. formation. See, they can do a dangerous amount of damage to those longbows. These guys, the Black Knights, I can run away. They can wait. I'm gonna heal those longbows. You guys just need to get out of here. And the wargs, now that I think of it, might go after the cannon, which is sitting relatively unguarded. Oh, these guys are pretty tough. Okay, goodbye, tigers. I may save that shot. I don't need it yet. I'm glad that didn't trigger on the Black Knight. Oh gosh, he has Savage Rage. He's gonna mess something up. Looks like they want those pikemen dead. Alright, that warg needs to go away. It's in the way. That's a longbow on her. Please kill it, that'd be great. Thank you. Alright, he's going to need to repair that, which pretty sure he has that ability in here somewhere, yep. It's not a whole lot threatening it at the moment. This guy can finally get over the walls. Nice. And I set him on fire. That's kind of all I was hoping for there. High Elf Hunters do not have very much health, but wait, from here maybe the Knight can kill them. There's a 50-50 chance. Ah, nuts. I needed to do just a little more damage. I could get it with Theocrat, or with the Black Knight for that matter. And that Griffin Rider can't reach the Black Knight unless they dispel Stiffen Limbs, which they haven't tried to do yet. So I'm going to take that chance in order to avoid him. Okay. That takes care of that. Healing doesn't come back for 2 more turns. It's not like breaking through the wall really matters that much at this point, but I will go ahead and finish that piece of it off anyway. I did try to reorder some of my items to get the more common use abilities up in the top selection, but there's really not a whole lot. I mean, like, I have so many different abilities with the Theocrat. Like, I kind of wanted the attacking ones up top. Alright, I want to leave those phalanxes here to deal with the Griffin Rider, but I also kind of don't want to do that. I'm just going to back them up. They're a little low on health, so I'll be careful with them. wish I had... Okay, wait, no, I can do this. I want to Guardian Flame those guys. They are great candidates to just sit right there and keep that Griffin from really doing anything other than die. Come on in, everyone. There's only a 5% chance to immolate. I wasn't really expecting too much there. Alright, there's a little more there than this small group can handle very well, so I might back them up. Bide some time for the cannon to reload, then launch a counterattack. I would love to convert that Storm Sister. Don't know if that'll be an option later in this battle or not, but I think now might be a good time to curse. Okay, that at least slows them down a little bit. I should probably use the Dwarf Forge Priest to heal the Black Knight, but that's okay. Also, I'm fully aware that I'm probably calling the Forge Priest Firstborn sometimes, or maybe vice versa. I don't know why I do that, but I do. It happens. I think it's just they sound a little similar. And since he doesn't have anything better to do this turn, probably going to cast Slayer's Doubt on that snake. Or maybe on the Storm Sister or Galendil. That's alright. Ouch, please don't target him. Aha. These guys have tireless at gold rank. Probably should keep them on defense. Alright, well this is annoying because now my melee units are on top of the wall when the units that they need to be killing are on the bottom of the wall. Well, when all else fails, shoot a cannon at something. I would like to get this guy through the wall, because if that Prismatic Spire triggers on it, a couple... Oh, no, wait, never mind. Problem may be solved. I kind of want to heal the Phalanx, though, so... I definitely want the elves up on these ramparts. Yep, you go hide in the city. Maybe bring the Firstborn back out. I need to kill that guy. Wait, I have a longbow. Okay, never mind. That critical hit helps. The snake can't really reach anybody other than the crossbows, and I can easily move them out of the way. Yep, they're just out of range of that snake. However, I do want to move them a little bit, because I need to get in there and heal those guys. 15% chance to immolate? Why not? See, I don't want to go after the Storm Sisters quite yet. I'm kind of being patient with them. But I am going to move up on this wall so I can break it if I need to. In fact, I might start damaging it a bit. No, I'll leave him on defense. I don't want him getting ganged up on. Now that I think about it, I'll go ahead and let them Guardian Flame the Black Knight. Alright, now is a good time to probably start trying to curse those Storm Sisters as soon as I've dealt with these snakes here. That Phalanx is... Why can't that Phalanx move? Says he's got 30... Oh, he's immobilized. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I noticed that trigger earlier. Alright, really need to get through here. Oh, cool. That's a very nice critical hit. Goodbye. Ooh, he gets lucky on the critical hit. Okay, that's what I was hoping for, an immolation there. May need her to deal with that shock servant, because I'm not sure if my other units can handle it on their own. As much damage as those crossbows do. Well... I mean, if I could do even just a little more damage to him, he would burn out. I wonder if the elves could hit him from up there. Oh yeah, they can finish him off. Okay, cool, that helps. That leaves him, this guy, open to attacking the enemy there. And now he basically can't move. And then I can run her over here and start trying to curse that Storm Sister. Cool, I got it on the first try. Alright. Annoying, but okay. Alright, shouldn't have a problem finishing him off. I think I will give the knights the honors. Now, I should be able to convert her or have a pretty good chance of it, but before I do, I'm going to at least try inflict immolation. I'm only going to really get one shot here, but didn't quite get it. You know, I might wait, just so I got a couple more chances for it to trigger. It's not like she's gonna kill anything between now and then, so. The only effect that this Necromancer can trigger yet is bleeding, so I will hold off on that. I really do want a Storm Sister. Gold rank, they are good. I think I can just end the turn. Ouch. Do not kill my knight. Ooh. Okay, it's time to stop messing around. Okay, there we go. Got the immolations. So they're immolated, they're cursed. They're in just a really bad mood all around. And after all that, still resisted. Okay, well. It's been nice knowing you. Okay, so took a fair beating in that battle, but didn't lose anybody. And hopefully my units can kind of patch up quickly. I guess with all the healing abilities, they should be okay. Yeah, this group didn't take as bad of a hit, which is fine. I might want to shift one of the units that's in this group that isn't as badly damaged, like the crossbow. Shift him into the other group. Leave that Forge Priest behind. That way I get as much healing for this stack as possible with the 2 Forge Priests. Obviously want to take the city, of course. That Unicorn Rider could probably take it back, but... I mean, I could always just leave the Spy Drone in there and give it Stone Skin and see what happens. Hey, there are more animals in the area that could interfere with the Knight. Those ones would probably kill it, because they could web it. But I'm not worried about them right now. I am worried exclusively about killing black. So that is what we shall do. Okay, well, I'm probably gonna finish the rest of this stuff off in the next episode. I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I did at least want to get that big battle done, so in the next one I'll hopefully be killing black, finishing the elf druid off, and then I can move on to bigger and better things. If he does surrender, I probably won't accept it, because some people had mentioned earlier that by accepting the surrender earlier, I made against Colm, I may have made the game a little less interesting, a little too easy on myself. They might have a point. I mean, I am sort of trying to just do as good as I possibly can in this series, but I think if this guy surrenders, I'll probably just kill him anyway. I don't know. I don't want to make the game too easy on myself and give myself a whole bunch more free units, so we'll try to keep it interesting, but I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think. I might do a no surrender series at some point in the future where I strictly do not accept any surrenders at all. That's what my friends and I might do. Jake and Dan and I might do that in our next off-camera game too, so just to make things a little more difficult and interesting. Otherwise, I think that's all there is to say, so thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and I'll see you in the next episode.